Hey, I'm Big B and I Brick, and welcome to the Sellers stream. I've got with me the cast of usual suspects here with Brick Stackers, otherwise known as Doc, Brick Willet,
Willie.
Bot, or Brick or Treat. We may have Brick Revolution joining us tonight. I'm not certain. Hopefully, Bricks Anywhere will also be joining. We may have some special guests stopping on to talk about a little bit about BrickOwl. That is the subject of the show. And we are going to do a special thing, I guess, with I'm big on the whole community thing, with helping everybody out. So I figured we could do a first step thing, or a my opinion as we go. So I'm going to open up my BrickOwl store live on air. Yeah. Not that it really means anything. I'm not expecting anything to happen, but that's it. That's all. We got Hoosier Bricks, Sar Bricks, Jared Nelson. I think his nickname's G Bone. I'm not really sure. But what's going on? What's going on in the room, guys?
If you're not following Hoosier Bricks, go subscribe. Start up a new YouTube channel, new Instagram. Rather new to posting. So go give old Hoosier Bricks a follow.
Yep, I just subscribed to him. You should too. What else? What else? Talk to us.
Bots here.
Hold on. You had your second. Give Willet a minute.
I did. I'm eating, so I didn't know. I missed it.
How's it going, everybody? Nice to be back on the show. Thank you, Big B, for having me.
So you're showing off a little bit of your background there with your. So you have a different style of stack-ons than any of us do. You went with the longer instead of the taller, and the half and halves up on top, and I think you and I do a lot of half and halves where other people sort of avoid them.
I got half and halves.
But we're definitely going to want to do an in-depth on that type and style of storage container in the future. One thing that you guys might not know out there in the viewing public is one of the reasons for really starting up the seller stream and to get it going is hopefully to put together a co-op of sorts, a super secret squirrel co-op, as Bot and I like to refer to it. But one of those co-op opportunity things, sorry, I've got a sty in my eye once again, but one of those co-op opportunities that we might be looking for is discounts on logistical stuff like storage cabinets, baggies, stupid stuff like that only we as BrickLink sellers really understand the cost that goes into. So that's one of those down the road things that we can hope for. Not saying anything anytime soon, but that's a hopeful in the future, along with other possible co-op opportunities. All right.
Are those
Hold on, man. Give Bot a chance.
I don't. Bot. Now I want to get Bot a chance. Okay, that's it.
I've got nothing to say. All right.
You can talk about your new location. Now we know it's not a bathroom. We know it's not a closet. This is like.
I definitely need another camera because this camera with this laptop is just not doing.
Oh no! I've seen the pictures, and I'm not going to expose them. I know that you want to do a super secret squirrel thing with it, but this is storage room 1.
Right. Correct.
Storage room 1, not a bathroom. Protected storage. Just within it just happens to have an additional R24 value to each of the walls.
Right. So, but do what?
Are you in the basement?
Yeah, I'm in the basement. So, but I'm like Big B. I'm a one-person store. So if you're looking at me to part this stuff at any time quick, well, hell, look under your tables, stackers.
Yeah, I mean, all 4 of us are one-person stores.
Right.
And just each of us sort of specializes in our own little thing, and we've talked about that a lot before. That it's strange that people that can be in competition with each other can also be friends with each other, but it's because everybody has different things. Yeah. everybody has different things that they go after, different things they part out because they like different sets or different things pop in their area. So
Right.
it actually ends up that we have different things that we look for and specialize in our stores. And we're going to go over that in future episodes too, for different ways that you can set up a Lego store of your own and deal with the hell that it is that we know.
That is correct.
Yes.
Now can I ask him a question?
Yeah.
All right, Brick Willie, are those the Acro Mills stack connect cabinets?
Yes.
I didn't see them in red. That's what I was wondering. So.
Yeah, no, I started buying the stack-ons, and once I picked up a few of these here, the way the drawers stack together for storage when you got them empty, you keep it somewhat organized compared to the stack-on you throw them in a box or a corner just to get them all away.
So how big a store? How much inventory you have in your store now? I haven't checked it lately.
About 185. I should be up to over 200 by the end of the month.
Good. I've teetering at 403,000. It seems like as soon as I get to 400,000, it gets knocked down to 390 or 392 and 395, and I'm finding it hard to keep it above 400,000. And I know
there's definitely little plateaus, man. I don't know if it's part number or lot number plateaus, but they're definitely there.
Yeah. So, Brick, Will, you've been without power earlier in the week, and so how hot did it get there?
It's up to about 100 degrees with no AC.
Dude.
That was kind of a day that I just hopped in the truck and went for a drive.
Do you have AC in the trailer there where you're at?
Yes.
Good. I was going to say, because you're going to melt in that thing if you don't.
You're buying a generator now, too, on the company dime, right?
Oh, yes. I want to be shut down for 2 days next time.
And make sure that you depreciate it and all that good stuff, as we saw how to do, thanks to TMX Brick Notes. What's in your plans there, Mr. Bot?
Drop back and punt. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to, I had this talk with Stackers on the last stream. It was about, do I put more money into Series 16 or Disney, or do I dump it into, Walmart and Target clearance? And what I did mention on the last stream, what I found out is Target is doing the reset on the 29th, so I think we'll probably see 50% off then.
I'm going to say Target, Walmart, and Kmart clearance, man. The CMFs and Disney are long haul items.
Yeah, our Kmart's aren't closing anytime soon, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, your Target clearance is only going to be available for a couple of days in your area, if that. You could potentially score the Series 16, like you haven't hit my stores yet. You could land those via eBay at pretty close to regular price or BrickLinker, whatever you want to do. But if it was me and I had a Target or a couple Targets close enough and I had a budget right now, I'd probably hit the clearance first.
Right. Well, what problem is around here too is even at 30%, the soccer moms buy a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you could even do quick turn eBay with Series 16s right now.
Right.
I mean, even outside of the Penguin Banana. You could probably quick turn 8 to 10 of that series, just over and over if you were willing to do 50 cents, 60 cents a pop.
Yeah, well, I think the MTV Teen Mom's going to be a good seller.
That is. Unwed Teen Mom.
Yeah.
Unwed Teen Mom, most popular fig of Series 16.
That's awesome.
Crazy part out value.
Are they in BrickLinker? I haven't even looked to see if there's.
I haven't even looked because I'm holding off, and everybody knows I wait to get cases.
Yeah. So how long is it going to be till the football shows up in your store? Are you just going to sit on those for years?
Oh, forever.
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 All right.
They don't have a Series 16 on BrickLink yet.
You know, I think they're going to probably wait till the official date of September 1st, even though Lego broke their own street date.
Once people bring it up as a topic,
I'm sure there's lots of talk in the forums, isn't there? I haven't looked at the forums this weekend at all.
I don't
But
pay attention to the forum all that much.
yeah, I don't look at it till starting Monday. I don't even have time for it on the weekends. So.
I usually don't go there until my blood boils.
We got a question from LDN Bricks is asking us, how many hours on average a week do we put into our side jobs here? And he did ask if we all work full-time jobs. So I did say that we all had full-time jobs, but I know that.
Actually, we have one full-timer. We have one full-timer in the house.
Brick Willie is probably not the only one that's doing this full-time, but I put in on average 5 to 8 hours a night, a day. I would say the weekends, sometimes I'm out here all day, from 8, 9 o'clock in the morning to, midnight. I'll take a couple hours break, spend time with the family, but it depends on how busy it is. It's not every Saturday I'm out here all day. I mean, I do have to cut grass and 4 kids, but there have been days where I come out here at 9 o'clock in the morning and eat lunch out here while I'm working and go in at midnight. But it's a lot of hours, and that's a good point to bring up. And I'll be quiet and let y'all answer here in just a second. But a lot of people don't realize the time it takes to open 10 to 20 of a set, divide the bags up, open the bags, sort the pieces, and then go about managing the inventory and getting it ready to upload, and then actually physically walk into one of 2,000 to 4,000 different cabinet drawers and putting stuff up.
Yep.
And then sitting down for 30 minutes and doing the computer work on that side, then boom, it's in your system, in your store. A lot of people do not realize that. So
yeah, it does take a lot of time, and as always, you must include your time as having a value when you put it into your store. So you just don't. You gotta like love yourself, And nobody. Bots are quiet on that one.
Yeah, nobody else loves you. What can you do, right?
Well, Brick Willett, let's see here. You could tell us a little bit about how much time you put in. How many hours a day do you put into yours? I know it varies like anything else, but
On an average, I'd probably say I put in about 10 hours, and it all depends on how much I got coming in or what I'm parting out. So I usually try to keep one set part in the process of being parted out through the day. And then it just depends on how many orders are coming in.
I promise everybody, his mic was working great earlier today.
Oh, am I having trouble again?
Oh yeah, you're crazy staticky. Sweet.
don't mute it. We've got to hear it. Don't you mute that. We all get kids. We all know.
Oh, don't spill the water on me. All right, what do you got? Tell everybody what you got. Hold up.
Is it better now or still having trouble?
It's just really grainy. Hello, little Big B. What is that? That popsicle? Is that a hot dog or a popsicle?
What is that?
Strawberry popsicle.
Ah, popsicle. All right. It wouldn't last too long down here right now. It'll melt real quick. What's your favorite color, popsicle?
Strawberry.
Strawberry. All right. It's good.
It's like temperature 70 degrees today. No, that's too much. All right, see ya.
Oh, it's like 9 o'clock here.
Yeah, it's only like 70 here. That's good. She just got a good nap.
Bones is down in Mexico, and he's very unreliable internet and no deals to be found. So
he's working himself towards a fat bonus. see, what other questions do we have? Oh, but how much time do you spend working on Lego and your store a day?
Oh, well, if you can.
Not buying than he does anything else.
Yeah, one thing you don't consider in is running the streets looking for the deals.
Yeah.
No, I want that number included.
You know. Let me see. I get what? I probably spend 5 hours a day after working a full-time job.
Yeah.
Easily, you know. I mean, and you know, I post a lot of stuff and I send stuff to you guys that I find too. So.
Yeah, we already had that conversation.
Yes.
Lego Master 889, welcome. All right, let's ask Howie. Howie's in the comments. He sells too. Howie, how many hours a day do you put in on the side?
Is Howie full-time? Or?
No, Howie, I don't even know what you do for a living. I don't want to misrepresent you, so you can answer yourself. Do you do this full-time? I know he has chickens. I think
Howie's a full-time Texan.
Full-time Texan. I know he's got chickens and all kind of stuff going on, and scorpions he raises and stuff like that. So
I thought he was a Cowboy fan, not a Texan.
they're all the same.
No, they're not. Houston and Irving is a long way away from each other, my friend.
Oh, me.
When you see Harris County, you're watching Cops. When you see Houston, you're watching Cops.
I might be a little Dallas fan this year. I've got our quarterback Dak is up there, so.
Yeah. Well, everybody's a Redskins fan, right? So of course I have to be a Cowboys fan. So.
Well.
Is the chat frozen or am I
I
not?
don't know. Nobody said anything.
They didn't say anything. They just.
Be right back. Okay, Mr. Bones.
Later, Bones.
Go get some more tequila.
Go get another margarita.
Keep up some water.
Don't go to any of the donkey shows. So.
All right. So on that, Doc, do you want to talk anything about BrickOwl before we get started?
Well, I've been on there since, I guess it would tell you if I clicked on the store, but I can't remember. 2.5 years. I sold only on BrickLink for the first 6 months or so, and then I heard about it somehow, don't know how, and I went over and checked it out, and it was very few sellers on there, and I was one of the first. I actually got the early adopter icon on my profile. I was on there right after they started. I mean, I think I created an account right as they first opened up, and I was just kind of watched and learned. So I've been on there for about 3 years almost now, I guess, and it's a totally different place. It is a little different. They have a lot of. I'll give you the history behind BrickOwl. We haven't talked about doing this, but I'll give you a little bit of history. BrickOwl was created by folks who were a little bit tired of the way BrickLink was being run, as far as the community aspect kind of going away and the lack of interface updates and stuff like that. And it was, I can't remember the guy that actually created it, but they had some developers come in and do a lot of the work, and they tested it out for a while and went live pretty quick. Development went pretty quick. A lot of hard work went into it, but they started trying to use the product numbers and images, some of the images from BrickLink, and it was pretty much importing images that were once seen as community-owned in BrickLink, but after Daniel passed away and the ownership left the family's name, they got into a legal battle. The BrickOwl threatened, they actually posted the legal paperwork in the forums, and you could see how strict and uptight BrickLink was on even using some of the descriptions of what the Lego elements were. And so you'll notice that light bluish gray on BrickOwl is medium gray. Dark bluish gray is dark gray, I think is what it said. So
I think they go with the actual Lego color.
Yeah, they do. I mean, a lot of it's Huron and Lego full data, but you'll see that some of the part numbers that are on BrickLink, like for a head, a minifig head, they won't be in a catalog on BrickOwl, and the reason is BrickLink threatened to sue them, sent several system deceased order to them, and it caused a little bit of stink in the catalog development early on, and so you didn't have as fast of growth as I think you would have. And long story short, they started coming up with their own product name. So when you're doing syncing between the two, your element IDs aren't always the same, and the catalog is not as diverse. So I'll have a lot of lots that don't match up, because just simply for the fact of I don't have time to take a picture to their specifications, what they want it to look like, and send it in. But I enjoy it. I've had, from my perspective, I've had more customer service issues, and it wasn't our fault. It was just people wanting to return stuff in this day and time of the Amazon customer, where they, you don't like it, you send it back. Them not knowing that it took 30, 40 minutes for me to pull the order. You have to just kind of just watch that. You have the same risk that you would on BrickLink as far as anybody trying to rip you off. I haven't heard, but maybe 3 or 4 instances where we had somebody come in, create an account, and try to rip folks off. But it's just a different type of demographic as far as a shopper. I get a lot more smaller orders on BrickOwl. It's a lot more people coming over trying to complete a set. It's a lot of lots, smaller value numbers. I do have some big sales on there every once in a while, but it's a lot of, you have to tell that this minifigure didn't come with the accessory, that type of deal. I think it's a lot more parents, their kid finding something on the internet, and their kid they're Googling it, BrickOwl comes up, they order it, and expect the minifigure to have all the accessories and stuff like that. But I haven't had any major issues. I've had a couple things I've had to get the administrator involved in, 2 or 3. That's about it. But I mean, I enjoy it. It's a lot better interface to work with. From a seller standpoint, again, you are only allowed to leave positive feedback. It takes an arm and a leg to get anything negative.
I can't leave negative feedback for some schmuck that goes and tries to rip me off?
Nope. And what you can do is leave a negative note on the customer's note card. Basically, it's like a note card, a digital note card. And then if that customer orders from you and then burns you, you can go in and leave a comment about what happened. And then when that customer orders from me, I would be able to see the notes left by other sellers on there. If it's something,
is that any other seller or only sellers that you're friends with?
No, all of them.
Okay.
All of them.
Do they have internal features like that, like share with friends? Or
no.
That would be a good feature.
No, and they don't allow you to post in the forums anything really negative, and also to anybody unless it's a known scammer. And then they're real quick to get rid of scammers once they can prove or suspend an account. But I will say that there has been times where I haven't got any negative feedback, knock on wood. I've done everything to make customers happy. But there's been times, though, that I think that if somebody comes in and they're trying to prevent retaliatory feedback like we have on BrickLink.
And they should. They should.
I can understand that. But if a customer leaves me negative just for being... There were several times where I had somebody try to take advantage of me, cancel an order when it was a mid-shipment going international. And he said, I'm going to leave bad feedback on you. I don't want it. You need to pay to have it reshipped back to you. And at that time, I took all that correspondence and I emailed it to the admin and said, look, this is what's happening. And they were cool. They said, we'll cross that bridge when it happens. It never happened. But so just throwing that out there, though.
Now, is that admin Lawrence?
Yeah. He's great. I'm telling you, when at least early on, I haven't had to email him lately, I would get replies back within a couple hours. Any issue.
So who is Lawrence, and where is Lawrence based?
Lawrence is in England, I believe, in the UK somewhere. I really don't know exactly. I did ship a bunch of stuff. He made one big order for me. I'd have to go back and look. He's overseas. It is based in the UK. And he is not the owner. He might have some investment in it, but he is the one admin. I haven't spoken to another admin. He's admin Lawrence. And if you look at the forums, he's the only one. He does all the development. I think he does all the programming and coding, and he's the admin.
Well, here's a bonus to tonight's show. Admin Lawrence is going to watch this. He's already told me.
Yeah.
And things that we bring up on here as topics of ways that BrickOwl can be improved, maybe they'll listen. Mine was right off the bat, hey, can you guys include in social media, Instagram and YouTube, because there's a large community of sellers and buyers that are on YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah. The community is, I'll tell you like this, I feel like, and this could change, I feel like the community is not as open in discussions. You look at the forums, there's not a whole lot posted there. It's a lot more, I guess it's because it's easier to use. You don't have a lot of people posting stuff, a lot of issues like you do in BrickLink in the forums. To me, it's not as an open community as I thought it would be. But it's a lot of stores in there now compared to where it used to be. I haven't had any major issues with it. I think it's fair on their fees. They're reasonable, just like BrickLink. So nothing has gone in. And the only thing I don't like is it just takes time to find stuff in a catalog, and a lot of stuff it's a little slower getting there. And I know I could be a better contributor to the catalog, but I just don't have the time right now to do that.
Do they have any benefits to owners being contributors to the catalog? Like, well, I know that.
Yeah, I think there is.
It used to be on BrickLink, you got a part of your fees cut if you were like a forum admin.
I think it's more of you're getting on the featured list, I believe, when you go to BrickOwl's homepage. I could be wrong. That's just me going on top of my head. I think when you log into BrickOwl or going to BrickOwl, you'll see a featured list on the bottom right. And
you actually get some catalog contribution points.
Yeah.
All right. So while we got this segue right here, this is Lars Brick. He's joining us all the way from.
Hey guys, Denmark.
Hey,
Denmark. He is a BrickOwl seller as well, and he was going to come on and cover a couple of things. But just welcome to the show. Thanks.
Thank you.
We also have Gerald Nielsen out there. He's also a BrickOwl seller, so it's good to see that we're starting to reach and touch some of the BrickOwl community. Is there anything you guys want to mention before someone were to begin on BrickOwl? Like, what should they do?
Well, I mean, you're experienced selling, so it's not a whole lot different. I mean, you get your weight bands. The biggest difference is your automatic checkout, which is great. And if BrickLink would ever get to 2016 and figure this out, the weight bands are awesome. Very seldom do I have something not come up with the right amount of postage. I mean, that all goes back down to the correct weight being entered in the catalog, like anything else, and then calculating in for a certain percentage for your shipping materials. What
do you do? What do you do in some, like, with your sets, sealed set?
I'll put it in.
It weighs 9 ounces. Based upon auto checkouts, it's going to clear first class, but you know that you can't ship that thing in a bubble mailer. You got to put it in a box. That weighs more with the set than 16 ounces, and now all of a sudden you're in priority and you're losing money. How do you fix that?
Well, I don't have a lot of sets that I would sell at that, but I'll go in and add a custom weight. You can add that custom weight, and I'll go in and if I have one or two that'll do that too, I'll add a custom weight with the box where it puts it at the priority level. So
you can also set dimension restrictions for.
Yes, I haven't done that. But
for the shipping method.
Yes.
Okay.
Now the shipping weight bands are, if you build in enough padding on them, you should be good. And yeah, I know I sent you some examples, but priority sometimes, if I'm charging $6.99 at minimum for priority shipping in the U.S., and which is about right of what it comes up to be with all our new updated priority. And sometimes I can ship it cheaper than what they've paid at, and I refund them $1 or $2, whatever it is. But it's so much easier because BrickOwl now allows you to do the refund in the invoice or the sales screen, and you refund just the shipping, and it lowers the total amount, which lowers your invoiced amount for you paying your commission. Whereas on BrickLink, if you do a refund, really the only way that I know you do it is you go to PayPal and you refund them any shortage or difference. and it's not reflected in your commission.
No, you have to actually remove the items from the order for it to be reflected in your commission.
Well, it takes 34 steps to do. And
Very modern. You're right. It is. It's very modern.
so I do like that, and so I would say just make sure your shipping bands are correct. I don't ship to every country. I selected those that were more in line with. Instead of setting up, you can set different weight bands for different countries. I can set one for the UK. I can set one for Denmark. I can set one for Italy, whatever. You can set different weight bands for different countries.
And your weight bands would be set based upon USPS zone tables, with Zone 1, 2, 3, Zone 1 being Canada, Zone 2 being Mexico, Zone 3 being so on.
So let's see, Sarbricks.
Yeah, you can actually share your shipping methods and your weight bands with other users.
Lars,
You can use your weight bands.
what is the name of your store?
Sabrix.
It is Sarbricks.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at it. I wasn't sure. I'm gonna look
He's
to
about to go swoop you.
Gosh.
He's
I just like to give you publicity. You're on here, so I mean, people might not.
But I'm small time compared to you guys, so that's okay.
All right, let's see.
I don't sell a lot to the US, so.
So the only thing I got set up so far is United States and Canada. I have not expanded my bands that much to have the auto pay set up because I want to see how it goes with Canada first.
Well, auto pay is and also checkout is very good in my opinion, because it means I have I need to use less time on an order because it's already paid. I don't need to invoice and wait for payment. I can just go and pick the order and ship it. And I think I have about 120 orders on BrickOwl, and out of those 120 orders, I think 2 of the orders I overcharged on shipping, and none of the orders I undercharged. So
the one thing people might not know, in Europe, you guys have a very stringent regulations as to sizes of packages to qualify in shipping categories, including the thinness of it and stuff like that. So you can really hone in on some of those numbers when you're setting up your shipping tables. So because of those regulations that are in place, it's really easy for companies to set up the auto pay with the shipping, so it'll be dead on accurate. And there's also like crazy German laws that say that it has to be dead on accurate, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually it's much easier here in Denmark because they just did a quick or a massive rehaul of the postal service here. So there's 2 rates now. There's domestic and international. So and there's nothing regarding dimensions. I think if I ship as a letter, it can't be larger than 60 by 90 centimeters, which is a pretty big letter.
I'm looking at your store, and this is something else I think Big B wants to hear about too, probably. So you're taking Stripe? Are you taking Stripe?
Yeah.
Have you had any issues with Stripe?
Yes.
I've heard.
I had a buyer from Indonesia that used a stolen credit card, and they immediately did a chargeback. But I had taken out insurance on the order and tracking, so I could present the evidence to Stripe, and they forwarded it to the credit card company, and I actually won the case and got my money anyways, even though it was a stolen credit card. So that was actually.
Hold on, you don't automatically win if it's a stolen credit card with Stripe?
No.
That seems a little bad.
Apparently not. I haven't tried it with PayPal, so I don't know the process there. But they just immediately removed the funds from my account.
I've been wondering about that. I mean,
yeah. And the dispute took a month, I think, before I got my money back. So that was not fun. I actually deactivated Stripe after that. But when I got my money, I activated it again. So. Yeah, but I only allow it for orders up to $40 or $50, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. That's smart. I was just wondering if you had any issues. Like I said, I'm looking at your store and it looks pretty good. But I mean, that's about it, Big B. I mean, I can't think if Lars wants to tell any more that I'm missing. I mean, is making sure you get your shipping rates done. Syncing is the biggest, I guess, thing you need to worry about. Staying on top of that, because there are instances to where certain lots do not sync over if you're selling on both sites because it's not, let's say, it's not in the BrickOwl catalog or it has a different number, like the B variants. It's a lot of this is not in the BrickOwl system. So if you have
I've got like 7,000 parts that wouldn't transfer over.
Yeah, and so you know you look at the B cat like 3069 and 3069B, they might not distinguish with the group and so you have to watch some of that stuff because you know if you sell it on one. And the other one might think it's still there. That's the big. I've run into a couple issues, and luckily I've got so many sets in the pile. And I've had one time where you had to help me out, I think, on that one set on the Technic issue. But other than that, I've been pretty lucky on staying on top of it. You can't go multiple days without double checking and making sure everything's synced over and did it right. Then that becomes a nightmare in the busy season. So.
Now you guys use different syncing programs. One of you uses BrickSync, and what do you use, Doc?
I use brickpacker.com, and this is the reason why. When I started, I didn't have a high-speed internet. I had Wi-Fi in the country, and I didn't have a dedicated PC to leave on connected to the internet during the day. And so I started selling on both when I lived back at my old place. And BrickPacker is cloud-based. It's on a server that I don't have to be connected to the internet at all times, even though I got fiber now, and I still don't want to leave a Windows PC running while I'm at work and just leave it going. I just didn't want to do it. And so BrickPacker takes I think 1%, I think it could be 2 of it's 1% of every transaction. And
on both sites?
Yeah. So if I make a sale on BrickLink and it syncs it to BrickOwl, it's 1% of that sale. If I'm BrickOwl, you know, I look at it like this. With PayPal, it's fee from the site and then BrickPacker fee, I'm still half of what eBay charges, so or less. So I'm not really worried about it, but I like it better because I get a report every time one syncs. I get a report and it shows if this synced correctly or if there was an error. So it tells me right there. And I know BrickStock or BrickSync will do the same thing, but I like it. It's just been great for me not having to worry about it. The guy that runs it, his name's Garrett. I can send you an email to him if you just want to. I'll send you his email, and he's immediately answers my questions. He's been great to work with. But to me, it's just personally what I like. I know a lot of people use BrickStock or BrickSync, excuse me, and it does great. But I just liked it because it's cloud-based at the time, and I've had such great service from him, and it's relatively cheap from what I'm looking at the service it does. Because I'll tell you, when I started out, I was syncing everything by hand because I didn't have before I found BrickPacker. I was on that MiFi, which is charged only have 5 gigs a month, and I was really limited. So I would get an order, if it was a 30 or 40 lot order, I had to go through there and manually edit the inventory off each site. And that was a nightmare. So, but anyway, so Lars, you use Brick?
Yeah, I use BrickSync, and I think BrickSync works well for me. And I'm actually with you on the Windows PC running all day. So I have a Windows server running in the Azure cloud where I run it. So, but I can do that for free because of my work. So, yeah.
So what is it with the Windows PC running all day?
You have to leave it. Well, to stay up to date, from what I understand, you leave it open, and that program has to be running all day when you're there.
Yeah.
Or you can turn it on when you get home at 5 or 6, and it'll batch out everything and sync your inventories. But to stay up to date, to prevent in that 8-hour span when you weren't home, if you want to make sure that something's not sold twice, you have to leave it on.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can it checks the orders every 10 minutes. I think it's the default setting, and you can reduce that to even less if you have a lot of orders. But I haven't had any double sales yet. I don't know if you can do that with the BrickPacker, but in BrickSync you can set a remark on one of your lots, and it won't sync that lot from BrickLink to BrickOwl. So
Yeah, on BrickOwl you can select it in their web interface, and you log into their website, and you add that lot ID to their exclude from syncing.
Okay. Okay.
So, same thing.
But this way, if you want to not sell sealed sets on BrickOwl, you can just do that when you upload them and put it in the remarks field. Yeah. So that's fairly easy to do.
So if I were to go and say have something over on BrickOwl, I couldn't just put it into my storeroom on BrickOwl and have it regular on BrickLink. It would keep coming out of my storeroom on BrickOwl because of that, right?
No, it won't unless you do a deep sync. You can add stuff manually, but it might remove them when you do a deep sync.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any experience in that. On mine,
how often do you do a deep sync?
When I started the program the first time, and once because I messed up after that, but otherwise you don't. It only looks at the orders. But what I do is when I add a new when I part out a set, I turn on the BL master mode, and then it syncs up the inventory when I switch that off. So I upload the parts by using BrickStock and uploading on BrickLinker as usual. And then I turn off the BL master mode, and it syncs stuff over to BrickOwl. But you can save the BSX file, and then upload the BSX file to both sites using BrickSync tool by typing in a command and supplying the BSX file.
on mine, I upload BrickLink as my master file, so I upload BrickStock files to BrickLink, and then for me to sync, I will go into BrickPacker, and it will, after I upload this, I download all my inventory and from BrickLink to BrickStock, I then upload that file to update my inventory on BrickOwl, and then I go to BrickPacker, and all I do is import the inventories, and it bases, and it'll show me right then what lots don't match up and stuff. It's a little bit more manual, probably, and I'm not familiar on the deep sync and all that, but I know you can set BrickLink as your master on both programs, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
Just because
But
it's
you need to do it before you upload, otherwise it won't register the lots you upload.
Yeah, that's true. Make you some backups to your inventory on a regular basis, just to be safe.
And in BrickSync you can save your orders to BSX files as well. So that's I think it's save order list and then a number of days that you want to go back. So for instance, if you're at the end of a month and you need to save your orders for tax purposes,
if you want to end the month and you want to download all of your sales from that month, you can download both of them from BrickLink and BrickOwl at the same time.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm going to do is go to the screen where I can go live with my store.
Yeah, that's another thing I like a lot with BrickOwl is the store dashboard because you have a lot of information.
Yeah, statistics and stuff. I like that.
Yeah, that's very hard to get in BrickLink.
It is.
All right.
I don't understand why BrickLink doesn't have that.
Yeah, we've made requests for, reports for sellers, ways we can look at our best selling stuff. It's just so, if it's there, it's so hard to find and hard to pull out, even before the update.
Yeah.
All right, I'm open.
Okay. go have a look then.
You suck getting 2,000 feedback.
Tell me what I did wrong. Later on, Hoosiers. Thanks for joining, dude. So, Bot, what do you got, man?
I'm just reading through this with you guys, so.
Will it?
Oh, just trying to find your store and BrickOwl and take a look at it.
Did you see how to add your pages as far as like terms and all that stuff? It's like a blog.
Yeah, I hadn't even touched any of that stuff yet. Do I need to do that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would. It's time. I'd go in there and add my terms. I can't remember what all I got left on mine, but you know, you just add those pages under your dashboard. I think you click on Store and then add those pages individually, and they are at the bottom once the customer comes to your webpage. So I've got my store real quick.
Another thing that's worth mentioning, I think, for experienced sellers is that you can actually, when starting out on BrickOwl, you can contact Admin Lawrence and have your feedback.
Oh no, he's already done that.
So that's actually nice. You don't start from zero feedback.
No, I'm not starting from zero feedback. I've actually just opened my store with 3,000 feedback.
Yeah.
As crazy as that is, but they also not only allow importing or the trusted seller, but also from eBay and Amazon.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that.
I would have never known about that unless you guys mentioned it to me.
Yeah, they don't advertise it.
The only thing I actually prefer to use BrickOwl when I buy, because I can see what I have to pay, and I know you can usually see what you have to pay on most semi-professional BrickLink stores, but sometimes I do get surprised by some weird fee that I hadn't seen, and I hate that. So,
and BrickOwl doesn't allow you to add. Let's see, don't they have a rule on add certain type of?
You can add any fees. You have to include it all on your shipping charge. Yeah.
All right. That's good to know.
Yeah,
but I'm not a fan of their wishlist system because I can't. When I enter a store, for instance, I'm in your store now, Big B. And I can see that you have 48 lots that I need or have on my wish list. But I can't, push a button and have them all added to the cart. I have to go into each individual lot and add the wanted amount.
That's no bueno.
And that's much easier on BrickLink.
But I do like the coupon creation process on BrickOwl because you can create a coupon code to where you can say tube 10. So everybody that's watching this YouTube gets 10% off. You can go in there and type out tube 10, and so they have a coupon code box, and whoever comes to your store in that time frame here when that coupon's open, you type in that coupon, they get that discount. I do like that.
Is that a coupon in your store right now that you're offering people watching?
No, not yet, but it could be. All you gotta do is let me know. But yeah, I haven't created that coupon, to be honest with you. But bless you.
Oh, thank you.
That's a really good feature I wish BrickLink had for when we have like little flash sales online.
Well, Clutch asked for it this week in the forums. I don't know if you saw it. He put a survey up, and everybody that replied back to it wanted that exact feature to be added. So.
And you can actually set a limit for your coupon code that says, for instance, if you want to do a flash sale for the first 10 or 15 buyers, you can set a redemption limit, so it won't be usable or applicable after the 15 first users.
But it's got lots of options. You can exclude sets and minifigs. I mean, you can do all kind of stuff in your coupons.
Yeah.
Nice. Liking this more and more.
And you have to.
If you have regular buyers, you can just set up a coupon for them that has an infinite number of users, or 10 or 100 users.
On BrickOwl there's no automated drive-through, so you do get to add in, of course, your tracking number and all that in the order page. But I just typed up a drive-through message on my own, and I pasted into the message customer screen on every order. But I wish it was an automated thing where, you know, as soon as you hit processed or shipped, it automatically sends it. Another thing is I select BrickLink when you get an order and it says processing, payment received when they've paid. It's like e-checks won't post until they actually clear PayPal. So once it hits paid, you can then come in and hit processing, and then they can't place another order in your store and it be combined shipping. So I've had that happen a couple times to where, as long as you have to mark the order processing or processed, I can't remember which one it is, probably processed, that if I want to come in and order a second order and then get it thrown in the same box with the same envelope.
Yeah, I set mine to paid.
Okay.
That would be the right one, right setting, right?
Well,
So they can add to their order.
If you set it to paid, does that mean that they can't add to your order? Because
they can still. I set it so that they could continue to add to their order to combine shipping up until the point when the status is set to paid.
And it's going to automatically be paid as soon as they check out. So you might want to say processed or processing. Because you got to think, if you pay with PayPal, it's going to be pretty instantaneous. So if they place an order now and then 15 minutes later they want to add 2 more elements or 5 more elements to it, they won't be able to because it's automatically going to be posted automatically to pay.
Oh, so what you're saying is they'll automatically do the appending of the additional shipping based upon what they order.
Yeah. So put it in there as processing, so when you go to pull the order, you're working on the orders, you pretty much shut them off and says you can't add anything now because I've already started pulling the order. That's where you got to set it to. But if I say don't set it to paid, because they might pay at 8 o'clock in the morning while you're at work and you don't pull the order until that night, they won't be able to add. And if they do place a second order, it's going to come in as a second order with additional shipping.
I gotcha.
And then in the order screen, it will actually tell you that this order and this order are combined. It doesn't combine them on BrickLink like it does. We have it on one order, and it's just batch 1 and batch 2. It's actually 2 separate transactions, but it shows a little symbol like a line maybe or a plus that says these orders are combined shipping. You'll see. I
don't know what label printer you guys use, but they have an. You can actually print the shipping labels directly from BrickOwl, but I guess you do that from PayPal, right?
Yeah, I do mine from PayPal.
Yeah, I forgot. I can't do that, but I can print. I have a Dymo label writer, and I can actually print the shipping label from my order screen.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I've changed mine back to processing, so they can continue adding to it while it's processing, but not after it's processed.
Yeah. So
processed then would be the same as packed.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Brickstackers, have you? Do you use the affiliate settings?
Yeah, I've got them turned on. I forgot what they.
So there's you have the option to turn on affiliate schemes for Rebrickable and Wall of Bricks, and if you enable those, they will sync your inventory to Rebrickable and Wall of Bricks, so your store will appear there as a possible source for buying bricks, which is pretty nice. I mean, you pay a commission fee of 2.5%, I think it is.
Yeah.
But I've gotten a few orders from there.
I've gotten
mostly from Denmark because I'm the only, almost the only Danish store on there. So
most of those orders have been high lot orders where somebody went to Rebrickable and they found a garage sale and they wanted to finish off the inventory, and that's where I get my highest lot orders. I mean, I'm glad to get the sale, don't get me wrong, but most of those are the 50 to 100 lot orders with one here, one there.
All right. So this is something that we had talked about before, and SARS Bricks and I were joking before about how people who work in Denmark can just go to the Lego store, open up their satchel, and they will just fill it with 2x2 dark bluish gray tile to their heart's content, and then they can go home. And the streets are indeed also made of Lego.
Yeah.
But I asked you about a couple of
Yes.
these things, like, hey, well, what's up with the the secret squirrel stuff with like the inner family business? And you're like, oh, that's very much true. Do you want to talk about some of these secret little handshake deals that you've heard about in the past that being sort of on the spot?
Yeah, well,
I'll put you on the spot. I mean, we discussed it. We were going to talk about this, but like your proximity to enables you to hear a lot more of these stories and be a judge whether or not they're true or not.
I think part of it is true. You can actually, well, there's obviously there's the employee store, which is 50% off, as far as I know, on all sets. Usually not the newest sets, but you need to actually work at Lego to shop there. The company that I work for actually does work for Lego from time to time. Unfortunately, I've not been included in that work yet, but I know they filled their trunks with Lego when they left. But I've heard of some sellers that have connections to guys who can fill up a box of Lego at the factory or wherever it is, and pay a small amount of money for that. There's a Danish seller that sells a lot of UCS sets without boxes at I think 30% reduced price compared to retail, and that's how he gets it. But yeah, some of it is. I'm not sure I want to speak too much about it because some
don't
of it
don't
has
say
been
too
said in
much.
confidentiality.
Lego
So,
Mafia might
No, yeah, we don't want the Lego Mafia coming after you. Exactly.
yeah.
Lego
But yeah.
Mafia is real.
I know that there's in the city I live in. There's a seller who's been with BrickLink since 2001, I think, and he actually has a Lego store in my city now. Not an official Lego store, but a store that only sells Lego. And he could buy bulk bricks directly from Lego and sell them on BrickLink.
Nice.
Back in the day, at least. I'm not sure he still can. But yeah. So it does happen. I need to plug in my power.
Right.
And
are we going to get a BrickLink?
Back when he started, there wasn't really it wasn't going well for Lego. So they had some factory sale where you could.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Lego Mafia got them.
yeah. Quick.
They are quick.
They cut his connection.
You think they're fast with their shutdown notices when people flash up stuff on Eurobricks? So what, if I'm not sure if he's going to come back or not, but what he and I were talking about was during the bad days of Lego, they actually used to open up their doors to the toy stores, and they would go in there and just whatever they wanted. And it was so cheap that they were just filling these boxes with Lego. And every once in a while, there'll be stores that just pull out an old box from back in the day full of elements that are brand new that haven't seen the light of day in 10 years or whatever. Hey. All right.
Are you okay? We thought the Lego Mafia got you. So.
Yeah, no, the doors are locked, so I'm safe.
All right. They have keys though. They have keys, very small ones.
Master keys, yeah.
That's true.
But it's really all about connections. I think I've found some stores where I've spoken to the manager of the toy department, and I've been upfront about what I use the Lego for, and we have had some dealings. And they're just happy to get rid of it if it's stale stock, and I'm happy to buy it at reduced rates. So it's a win-win, I think.
See, that's the difference in at least where I am. As soon as you tell them, "Oh, I'm a reseller and I'm going to take this and resell it," it's like, "Oh no, why would I possibly give you a discount then? I'll let this sit on my shelf and rot."
Okay. Well, when I say they usually laugh at me and ask, "Can you really make money on that?" So, but yeah. And I think if you've been in the game for 14 or 15 years, you do have a lot of connections.
Yeah. True. So, next question is, are we going to get a Euro BrickLink store tour? Since you obviously have storage solutions behind you that we do not have,
yes.
Is there a chance that you could grace us with showing us around how you have your stuff set up so we could get some insight as to day in the life of a European BrickOwl seller?
Yeah, sure, not a problem. I've actually followed Clutch and BrickStackers quite a lot on YouTube, and I really want the storage setup you have, but that's just not. I mean, I can't get stack-ons here. I have some right there behind me.
Yeah.
That's not stack-ons, but it's a 33 drawer stack-on.
Have you
type.
checked AliExpress?
I don't know. No, I don't think I can use that here actually. But a stack-on or an equivalent to a stack-on here is like, I don't know, $60. That's just not. That's way too expensive. And this is actually this is in my basement, and it was never meant to be a BrickLink store or a BrickOwl store. So
none of our places
never are.
By the
What's up,
the powers that be to utilize that much amount of space. So yeah, sure. Let me just grab my camera here. So that's two. What's it called? These are just boxes with bricks labeled, and it's annoying to actually pick stuff from that and put stuff in. But I'm at a place where I can pick an order at, I don't know, 2 lots per minute, something like that, if I can actually find the stuff in the box. So I found a good number of baggies to have in each box.
No, I've got the same type of situation you do with the Sterilite. So I use Sterilite because I don't have the storage capacities that the rest of these guys have, and I've got to put a lot of different elements that have something in common in my mind in the same area.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I think that's definitely a possibility, but I'm still using the system where I add the inventory position in the remarks field.
Okay, so you're still, well, I've got it in the remarks field as well, but you're sort of on like the BrickSar version where it's just these 10 elements are in box AD. These 10 elements are.
There's actually 50 in box AD. There's actually 50 baggies that's individually numbered. So it could look like this, for instance.
So that right there, that entire thing is one entire stack-on container, essentially, in one little drawer. Yeah. So it might take you a little bit more time finding it, but you have more room for storage, and I'm sure that costs a lot less.
Yeah, those boxes cost $2 a piece, so yeah.
Yeah.
And the baggies are almost free. I mean, they don't cost anything. But I don't know if it's. I live in a country where there's taxes and fees and everything, so it could be the reason why everything's so expensive. I don't know. It could just be that there's not a lot of demand for stack-ons here. So, yeah. But I don't really have the space for them because I need to use this room for other things, even though it's my room, according to my wife. I'm not sure about that, no, but yeah. So
that's why I'm in the shed.
All right,
Yeah.
show us around. Show us around.
I actually saw a trailer like Brick Willet is using the other day, and I said to my wife, well, I could get one of those for my brick store, and she just looked at me like I was insane.
So her eyes started rolling back in her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a pretty big room otherwise, but I can give you a quick tour.
Yeah.
So this is my my sorting table, which is actually a billiard table with a wooden top over it.
Are those Advent calendar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got them at a price I won't even mention because it was so cheap. It was I think I got 20 Star Wars calendars for less $8 a piece, I think.
Last year's or 2 years ago?
Last year's. So this is where I watch you guys when I when I part out and pick orders. And over in this section, this is where I display my sets, and that's what I'm building right now. And that's what I'm building next. And behind me is my inventory. I'm going to get another cabinet for storage sometimes this week, I think, and then storage for other stuff. Well, my Lego is sort of bleeding into to the other storage compartments, but that's okay as long as my wife don't know. So, yeah, small Lego room. But it works for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain if you ever wanted to find stack-ons, though, there would be some equivalent on AliExpress or Alibaba.
I don't think they ship to Denmark, but I'm not sure.
Everywhere, man. They're China.
Yeah, but then there's then I have to pay.
China
customs
supplies the world with cheap breakable stuff.
It's the customs fee are actually the worst part. So if I buy anything from you that's worth more than $13, I have to pay a fee that's $25 for them to actually invoice me for the customs and the sales tax I have to pay.
So hold on, if you buy something that's $13, you have to pay $20
Yeah.
to ask them to bill you.
Yeah.
Good lord.
So I don't have to pay customs for anything less than, I think it's $150, but I have to pay sales tax on anything above $13. Yeah. And then for actually invoicing me this, they charge $25. So that's lovely. Yeah.
So it's
So I
more
never-
worthwhile for you guys just to go big on an order.
I can't order at you because your minimum is too high for me to go below the radar.
My minimum is 10.
Yeah, I can now.
You couldn't before.
So that's annoying, but
I see. I didn't know that. That's good to know about different countries' taxation things.
I'm sorry. What?
We don't have that in the U.S. We can order thousands of dollars worth of stuff from somebody and get no tax on it.
I can get lucky. They don't go through all orders, but if it's marked as clothing, they will definitely open it and go through it because that's one of the most heavy taxed items here. For some reason. But yeah, we have 25% sales tax on everything here. So.
But what do you think about that?
That's outrageous. I mean, clothes are not a luxury item.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is if you're a northern country, how is it that nobody has stepped up so far and been like, we need these things to live?
Right.
How about taxing, like, bathing suits?
That's just how it works, man. But hey, I get free healthcare, right? So it's okay.
Hey, yeah, that's good. That's good.
So.
Wow.
Yeah, we get taxed a lot, but it's a socialist country, so. Yeah, it works.
Is it expensive to like buy from Germany or France or Italy? Is it the same for you guys?
Well, I was actually in Germany this Friday to buy cola because we have sugar taxes here.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. So
they tax you on everything, man.
We drove to Germany to buy.
You went on a soda run to Germany.
Yeah.
Do you have to declare it at the border?
No, because it's two EU countries, and we have open borders. So I'm not even.
We just made a run for it.
It's like Prohibition days. They're like the moonshiners.
Woo! Got sugar.
They've reduced the taxes to avoid people going to Germany to buy stuff. So it's not as profitable now as it was. But yeah.
What's your tax? Do they have a real bad tax on like tobacco products?
In Germany, I think they have 19% sales tax on most stuff and 9% on some stuff. But the biggest thing is that we're taxed on sugar here, so candy and fizzy drinks and whatever is so much more expensive here.
Wow.
So for a can of soda here is at least $1.
Reminds me of the old days in the 80s when the Russians used to buy jeans and everything and take them back.
Yeah, way back in the day.
Get the Levi's and take them back.
Oh, you'd fund your entire trip to the Soviet Union on Levi's.
Yeah, and it's funny because now, I sent you guys that mail. They're opening up a third Lego store within like 15 minutes of me just to cover the third airport we have.
There's actually only one official Lego store in Denmark, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
And that's in.
How much is your tax on Lego?
I'm sorry?
How much is your tax on Lego?
25%. 25% on everything.
That is.
There's no special tax on Lego. There's no like educate your children tax or.
Nope, 25%, everything. Oh, except for cars. There's a 180% tax on cars.
On what?
On cars?
Yes. And what you guys pay for a gallon of fuel, we pay the same amount for 1 liter of fuel.
Yeah, I know. We're spoiled. But we have Texas and Alaska, and we milk them for all they're worth.
Yeah. So for instance, the car I drive, we drive a lot of smaller cars here because it's very expensive. But the car I drive, there's like, I think the actual cost of the car is $15,000, but I did pay $30,000 for it at least.
Because of taxes.
Yeah.
And there's no way to avoid that by going to Germany?
Nope. I'm not allowed to drive in a car with a German license plate in Denmark. And if I get caught, I will have to pay the tax for the car and a fine on top of that, which is at least the same amount.
Wow. I got some plates for you.
Yeah. They didn't say anything about American plates.
Oh, it's foreign plates. So yeah. Sorry.
Good grief, man.
I got a set of plates that I got when I was leaving Turkey. But they're like, oh yeah, just put these on your vehicle when you pick it up at the port, and you know, it'll be good for driving wherever you want. It says it's a hand-painted license plate that says U.S. Forces on it. The DoD plate with no expiration.
I'm not sure what would happen if I got stopped in Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I was pulled over so many times driving back from New Orleans to Arizona through Texas.
I've never been stopped in Denmark, I think. We don't believe in traffic cops, so yeah.
All right. Does anybody else got anything to share or show off?
Nah.
We've already looked at his matchbox, so.
But I can't even see you, man.
Yeah, I gotta fix the lights in here.
No, it goes black, and then whole screen goes black, and then you show up every once in a while.
Yeah.
It must be your internet connection down in the basement. That's what I'm
I
thinking.
think he's trying to save electricity or something.
Yeah, well, the gerbils are on strike running in the wheeler right now, so. I'll have to move back up to the table.
All right. Well, we want to thank Lars from SARS Bricks for coming on and letting us know about BrickOwl and showing us your stuff and letting us know what it's like to be a European seller and, you know, all the.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
All the love you get, even being in the homeland. Got Brickstackers here from Brickstackers. Brick Willet from Brick Willet.
Thank you guys all for showing up tonight. Appreciate the support.
Brick Willie
Got Brick or Treat from Brick or Treat.
from the toilet.
Where's the backboard?
Big B Bricks from Big B Bricks. Give us ideas in this video for what you want the topic to be next week. Tell us what you think of the show, how we can improve it, what we need to do. Give us some input. If you have any questions for the show, please wait for the video to end and go and place them in the comments. And don't forget, I never say this, but this is actually something I'm excited about. Like, comment, and subscribe. I know I never say it, but I'm saying it here because this is something that I want to happen. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining, and see y'all later.